Hello, Revolution Riders. My name is Julie, coach here at F45 Ancaster in Stoney Creek Mountain. And today we are going to be taking you through your final workout with F45. Today's workout is T10, and it's a special one. It's a hybrid workout. So we're going to be working power, strength, agility, everything you need going into that final push, that final training for your Revolution ride coming up so soon. So T10 is 10 exercises, as you can imagine. And you are going to be doing one set of every single exercise in sequence, and then 4 laps through. It's going to be a grueling one today. 40 seconds of work, only 15 seconds of rest. So make sure to use those hydration breaks to bring that heart rate down before you get going into it all over again. For your final workout with us, you're going to have Diana and Matt on the big screen in just a second. We've loved training you, Revolution Riders. We wish you all the best coming up on your ride. Take care.
T10, we haven't seen this one, if my memory serves me correctly, I believe since before the lockdown last year back in March. I think it's been a couple years since we probably had this one on the schedule. So let's have some fun with it. Unlike most Fridays, this is a hybrid workout. So it's not so aerobically focused. So you have 10 different stations that you are going to see today. You're going to do one set at each station and 4 laps of the 10. So the timing through the whole workout, 40 seconds of work to 15 seconds of rest. So you do a set at 1, set at 2, roll the list all the way to 10, take a water break. We'll do it again and again and again. So one set, 4 laps. Station number 1, we're going to keep things simple in the first lap and trick them out as we get deeper and deeper into the workout today. We have swings. You have a kettlebell. Obviously, that's, as we know, that's probably the most user-friendly, but you can do swings with a dumbbell, you can do swings with a ball, you can do swings with lots of different objects that you have around you. We have 1 row into 1 front raise. So you can see Diana with a bent row, and then she's got a hip hinged front raise, which is a very challenging type of raise. So there's lots of different modifications we can make there. I would suggest keeping your weight exceptionally light for your first set and figuring it out. Then we have A steps to drop squats. So as I mentioned, this is a hybrid workout. So what you're going to see all through the workout today is a really healthy combination of dynamic footwork or explosive kind of body weight work, and then a little bit of weightlifting, and they alternate back and forth between the two. We have a sumo deadlift, sumo squat combination. So from the sumo foot position, well, 1 deadlift, 1 squat. So just limiting the flexion in the knees and then hinging through the knees and the hips on the squat. Alternating step-ups or explosive sprinter bounds. So you can see Diana's got a very dynamic form of the step-up coming where she's driving the opposite knee up into the chest, propelling her feet off the box. And then we're into a hip thruster or a glute bridge. So we'll talk about what the difference is when we get there. Diana's going to choose a hip thruster right now where her feet are below her head and shoulders, and we'll talk technique when we get there. Then we have 5 punches. I'm going to let you roll through this one. This is, you're going to be shadow boxing here.
2, 3, 4, 5, front kick, back kick, drop kick.
Oh, I like it. That was like a jumping switch kick. All right, guys. So then we are into bicep curls where we're going to throw some pulsing work in there. And I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to give you a different variation, I think, every lap. And you can expect that on a few of these exercises today. So keep your ears open, stay sharp in between your sets. 2 more. We have 2 jacks for shuffles. So the jacks will mix up. We'll do a combination of kind of jumping jacks, J jacks, seal jacks, cross jacks, all sorts of different stuff. And then floor press or fly combined with a skull crusher. So we're going to do a nice wide fly. Depends on what your dumbbell selection is, whether you're going to do a fly or a press. We'll kind of iron this out with, and I'll help you pick the exercise given the weight that you have at home. All right, so a few seconds from now, we are going to start the warm-up. So give yourself a little bit of space. We have 5 seconds. I believe it starts with A steps today. I might be wrong, though. No, high knees on the spot. Oh, this is a new one.
But I'm going to do an A step.
Well, thanks for letting us know. I appreciate that. I'm glad you walked 6 inches in front of the camera to tell me that. That's good. Thank you. All right, into what do we got? It's hard to see that TV today. So we got mountain climbers.
Into our mountain.
It's very strange. You're very fuzzy on my screen. I think it's just me. Yeah. All right, overhead lunge. So we got a lunge and then reach up and overhead. You can back bend that a little bit too. So take your eyes up to the ceiling and just lean back on that back leg a little bit. And we're switching it up, and we have, oh, just, you know what? Just hit the single leg deadlift. Don't worry about that running on the spot. Just deadlift, deadlift, deadlift. Just hinge on one leg, switch. Yeah, that was. Push up shoulder taps. So quickly head down on the floor. All right, guys. Hip thruster. This is into a 3-point bridge. So you're bridging up on both feet and one arm. Alternate the arm that you're posting up on. And a back roll to a reach out. So roll into a straddle reach. Lovely little warm-up exercise. And then we are into a burpee, guys. This is going to be the last one. This is it for your warm-up.
No, tuck jumps, one more.
Oh, is there? There's tuck jumps. If you're not ready to tuck jump, just squat.
Just ladder, I'm gonna squat.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to, I gotta still, my body's still waking up.
Okay, guys. So this is the start of it, right? Good, healthy mix between dynamic movement and some weightlifting. The weightlifting, lift as heavily as you can. The dynamic work. Okay, let's get the feet going. Let's be sharp. Let's be quick. We have swings to kick it off. Kettlebell or dumbbell swings. Let's just bring it up to chest height. Let's get the proper mechanics of the swing down. Right? Remember, we're loading the hamstrings. The butt's got to go back. We load the hamstrings. It's a load and fire. And we do not want to be leaning back at the top. We want a hollowed out ab position, right? So we're not pushing the hips too far forward. We're standing up straight, right? But imagine if you were just standing up straight, you know, taking a look at a TV or something. You're not going to be leaning back with your butt tight, right? It's an awkward position to be in. Keep the hips on the back side of the vertical midline. And take a break, and we are going lightly, so light dumbbells into the combination of the bent row into the hip hinged front raise. So this is called a hip hinged front raise, but it targets the posterior side of the shoulder and the scap system. I would suggest when you do this, if this is new to you, keeping a hammer grip position. So turning the palms in to face one another as you come up. It's probably the most user-friendly position to get into. And this is a challenging raise, guys. So if you're having a real hard time with this, it could be just because you don't have weights that are light enough. So just stand up and do a front raise if you have to. So just hinge the bent row, stand up and front raise like you can see Diana doing. So now you have two different options. You have one if the weights are a tiny bit heavier. You have one if the weights are nice and light. And take a break. All right, moving on. 5 A steps, 2 drop squats. So 5 A steps, 2 drop squats. Let's be sharp on the transitions we talked about with the dynamic body weight stuff being light on the feet. Let's stay active. Let's stay sharp. Let's be quick. So 5 of the A steps and then drop with the other hand and move again. So there's only 2 exercises going on here, or 2 movement patterns. You have the A step, you have the drop squat. 5 on the A step, 2 on the drop squat. On those A steps, the heels should never hit the floor. We should be right up on the balls of the feet, just bouncing. Roy, good work. That was nice, man. Joanne, good work. Kim, Kristen, nicely done. 10 seconds. We got a sumo deadlift, sumo squat combination coming up next. Take a break, grab some weights. This is one you can go heavy on. If you're familiar with both of these, the sumo squat, the sumo dead, which most of you are, right? Use the heaviest thing you got around you. You should be warm by now. We're 4 exercises in. So 1 deadlift, 1 squat, continuous movement. Let's keep the shoulders back on that deadlift, pushing the butt back. Remember, if you're not feeling your hamstrings on a deadlift, your butt's not back far enough. We need to feel those hamstrings engage, kick in, know that they're supporting our back position to alleviate some of the stress on the lower back. Take a break, grab a box or a step. We got an alternating step up or that explosive step up, the dynamic step up that you saw Diana doing. If you do not have a step, do exactly what she's doing right now, which is a reverse lunge into a dynamic knee drive. All right, so step up. As we talked about in the demo, Diana's driving that opposite knee hard enough up and into the body that it's actually propelling her foot off of the box. So it's hard to tell, but she's not really jumping. Like there's a little bit of a jump there, but it's that knee drive that's causing that propulsion of the foot rather. 17 seconds left in the set. Stick with the tempo that we got. If anything, we can pick up the switches on the floor a little bit. So step down, switch and move. Step down, switch and move. Lots of good little options there. We got benches, boxes, Bosu balls. Nicely done. Coming up next, we have, what do we do? Well, punches and, hip thrusters, I was getting ahead of myself, hip thrusters. So either hip thrusters or glute bridges. Diana has a hip thruster. If you are on a ball like she is, which I know a few of you are, I can see them already, make sure your head and shoulders are over top of that ball as well. A, it's going to support the head and neck, and B, it helps suspend more of the body. So we want to roll the head and the shoulders onto the ball. What we're looking for at the top is a vertical position in the shins and a posterior pelvic tilt. So we want to squeeze the butt and draw the bum down toward the heels. We're not trying to arch the back. 7 seconds. Oh, that skipped. Now you're done. Take a break. Now we have 5 punches, kick to the front, kick to the back. And then Diana threw a jumping switch kick at the end, which you can just repeat it up the front if you'd like, because that's a tricky kick. If you don't have any boxing or kickboxing experience, I don't know if you're going to get your first jumping switch kick right now, but let's give it a shot. So kick to the front, kick out the back, and then jumping in the air to throw a kick.
Stay on the same side. Switch next lap. So.
Yeah, this is, guys, combat work is phenomenal fitness, and it requires a lot of dexterity, a lot of coordination. So give it your best shot. Keep the punches tight. We're not knocking anybody out with these. We're just snapping them out to shadow box. And when you kick, chamber your kick. Pull the knee up before you snap the kick out. Yeah, that was good. That was really good. Nicely done, everybody. Have some fun with that. We got bicep curls coming up, some isolated work where we're going to pulse the bicep curl for the whole 40 seconds on the first one. So in and around the 90-degree position of the elbow, so just slightly above it, slightly below it. You can see Diana doing that perfectly, right? 90 degrees are when her knuckles are in front of the elbows, and she's pulsing just about 2 inches above it, 2 inches below it, staying in that nasty part of the curl range the entire set. And a little known fact, only guys know this, ladies. If you stare at your biceps, they grow faster. Just so everybody knows, if you look down at your biceps, they'll actually grow quicker. That's a little known. It's like watering a plant. All right, take a break. We have 2 more in the lap. Then we'll take a short little water break and we will do it again. This one is 2 jacks, 4 shuffles. So we're going to keep it simple. We got jumping jacks this time. We'll mix it up next lap. 2 jumping jacks, 4 boxer shuffles. So we're just staying at the top of the shuffle range. And then pop, 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 pop. And then out, in, front, back, out, in, right. That's your pattern right there. Just stay on the balls of the feet. Let's get those arms up at least shoulder height, guys. Let's not be lazy with the arms.
I'm not being lazy, Matt.
I wasn't looking at you. Why were you being lazy too? No, I wasn't. I honestly wasn't.
I just got a cord in my shoulder.
I'm not gonna call out who it was, but I was looking at someone else. Yeah. All right, take a break, guys. We only got one more. So this is a chest fly into a skull crusher or a prone or a lying tricep extension. So the fly, then hinging from the elbows and extending back up. If you have only heavier weights, feel free to just do the fly or the press if that skull crusher feels a little too heavy. But the weights used for a fairly light fly and a moderately weighted tricep extension are pretty even. So you should be able to get away with this one if you have anything in the like 10 to 20 pound range. Or Diana has her sore shoulder, so she's got the 3 kilo dumbbells in her hands right now.
That's right.
What do you got? 5?
3s.
Oh, I called it. That was good. That was good. Take a break, guys. 30 seconds.
Woo!
Diana was in a bar fight on Monday. Threw her shoulder out.
Do my
Just
jabs.
hasn't been the same all week.
Uppers.
All right, back into swings. So we're into the top of the pod again. Grab that kettlebell. Let's kick it up a little higher now. So kettlebell, dumbbell, med ball, whatever you got. Let's swing it above forehead height. So it doesn't have to be right above the head, but let's get the kettlebell up to about forehead height or dumbbell up to about forehead height. So you can see Diana's technique. Everybody looks a little different when they do swings, but you see how she's hinging from the elbows. We actually want that hinge in the elbows. It helps minimize the amount of impact on the way down. Everybody looks a little bit different at the top. Her bell is closer to her face than some of you might be, because as tall as Diana might look on video, she's actually quite short. So that kettlebell's not why it's in nice and tight, and yours might be a little bit further away. Row into raise. So you either have that standing front raise or that hinged front raise as your option. And now let's do this just on the fly, D. Let's double up the row now. So let's pyramid the row. So now we're going to do 2 rows, 1 raise, and now 3 rows, 1 raise, and start tacking on 1 rep on the bent row side every time you start a new sequence. Take your time with this. This one is not meant to be rushed, particularly if you're trying that hip hinged raise. That's a challenging exercise. That's no joke.
So I put it in there.
It's hard, man. Yeah.
I thought you'd like it.
I do like it. A steps, drop squats, 5 and 2. So 5 A steps, staying right up on the balls of the feet. Heels don't touch the floor. And then into that quick little explosive drop squat where we're navigating with the bottom arm, just tapping the floor with the fingers. 2, 3, 4, 5. And Diana's going to drop, reach for the floor, drop, reach for the floor, and move. 2. What I would like you focused on in this one is the transitions from the drop squat into the A step. So I'll point it out right here so we know it for the next lap. Right here, quick feet in, move. So jump from the squat in, up. Watch Diana, in, up. It's quick, it's fluid. She's not breaking her rhythm. Just touch and go. Nice job, Jess. That was good. Take a break, moving on. Sumo deadlift, sumo squat combination.
Let's double up. Let's do 2 deadlifts, 2 sumo squat.
I like it. Follow along with Diana. 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Good start, everybody. Nicely done.
Woo! Feel it.
Joe, good job. Roy, Joanne, Kim, Kristen, good work. And then I know you guys know, I'm sure, but Callista, Fadwa, Chauncey, and Matthew, I cannot see you guys. All right, moving on. Alternating step-ups or explosive step-ups, dynamic step-ups, we're driving the knee up and into the chest, or we gave you that option of the reverse lunge into the dynamic knee drive. So if you don't have a step, the reverse lunge into the knee drive. If you do have a step, you remember it. You saw it less than 10 minutes ago. All right, if we're comfortable with it and we're on a step, let's start getting some height now. Let's jump into that knee drive. Let's get that foot off of that box. Nice, Jess. Joe, good work. Roy, good work. Nicely done, everybody. Take a break. Going into hip thrusters or glute bridges. Try the opposite one if you want to give yourself a little adventure here. So if you did a hip bridge, do a glute bridge. If you did a glute bridge, try a hip bridge. Or a hip thruster, rather. Not kept on saying bridge. All right, so here's the difference, guys. In case anybody's wondering, what Diana is doing right now is the glute bridge. What she did in the first lap is a hip thruster. So in a hip thruster, the head and shoulders are elevated above the height of the feet. In a glute bridge, the feet are either even or elevated above the height of the head and shoulders. So for example, Roy is doing a hip thruster. Kristen's doing a hip thruster. And then Kim, Joe, Marissa, we got some glute bridges going on. All right, moving on. Punches and kick combinations. So remember, we had the 5 punches, front kick, rear kick, switch kick. If you're confused about any of it, just take out the part you're confused about or confused with. Just front kick, rear kick, for example, and then go right back into the punches if you need to. So I want you to imagine that you have an opponent in front of you when you're snapping those punches. So we're not just throwing them wildly into the air. We're throwing them at a target, right? And quick hands. We just want to touch the target. We're not trying to put our fists through it. Just touch the target. Just pop, 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 pop. Nice and quick, nice and sharp. Watch, pop, 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 pop. 5 quick punches.
Literally just snapping those punches.
Yeah, but fast, guys. Throw them out, right? Like if you were throwing out an opponent, you're not going to leave your arm hanging out there for 2 full seconds. That's no good. Bicep curl. Let's go full curls this time. We pulsed last time. Let's do full curls this time. We'll combine the 2 on lap number 3, all the way down, all the way up. You can rotate with that quarter turn at the bottom if you are more comfortable. So that means kind of rotating into the hammer grip position like you see Diana doing. Sometimes people are a little bit more comfortable in the elbows while they do that. Whatever feels right, just perform it that way. 17 seconds left. Good, steady tempo. No pausing at the top. No pausing at the bottom. We're staying active. Time under tension. 10 seconds. Two more to go. We have 2 jacks, 2 shuffles, or 4 shuffles. This time, let's take the jacks and make them seal jacks. So 2 seal jacks, 4 shuffles. So seal jacks are like jumping jacks, but the arms go out instead of up. Here we go. 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Out, in, front, back, out, in. There, Diana's got the rhythm. If you keep pace with her for the rest of the set, you got a good clip going. Let's see it. Just match her speed.
Come on.
I know it's just a seal jack, but when you do it, let's get those arms out with some authority. Don't be floppy in the elbows. Don't be loose and too relaxed in the arms. Open them up like you mean it. Take a break. Last set, lap 2. We got a fly into a skull crusher combination, or as we mentioned, if you have heavy weights, feel free to just turn this into a bridged chest press on the clock. So we're going to open it with the fly, hinge from the elbows for the skull crusher.
I'm just gonna skull crush because it's bothering my shoulder.
Ten seconds, everybody. Then we got another 30-second water break. We're halfway through the workout. We'll go back to the top of the pod and start it all again. Take a break. That's it. Rest. 30 seconds. 2 down, 2 to go. So now that we've seen everything twice, let's start thinking about how we can get better at some of this stuff, right? Every set, get something out of the set. Refine your technique. On this swing coming up, we're going to swap this, if we can, for an alternating single arm swing. So every time you come to the top, I want you to switch your hand. If you're unfamiliar with that, just feel free to practice reps on the one side of the body without the switches. You can see how loose Diana is, okay? If you're using a kettlebell at home, watch how all of that power is coming from the hips. And that's not like a tiny bell. Like her bell right now, that probably weighs like 26, 27 pounds, right? So she's swinging some weight right now, but you can see how loose and fluid it is at the top. When she's making her switches, she's doing it when the bell is free floating. So she doesn't have to do anything but switch her hand. She doesn't have to pull it or push it. The arm's not doing anything right now. Take a break and we'll move on to the row raise combination. We pyramided the row last time. Let's pause the row this time. So 1 rep of each, but let's pause it on the pull. So pull it in, pause, release it, raise. Pull it in, pause, release it, and raise. Just changing the tempo, making it a little bit more cerebral, giving you a little bit more to think about. It's always a challenge sometimes when you start playing with rep counts and timing and you have to manage your thoughts while you're trying to manage fatigue. It's a challenge. You have 15 seconds left, and then up next are 5 A steps, 2 drop squats. And the only change we're going to make to this one is I want to get you guys moving while you do it. 3, 2, 1, and relax. So I don't care what direction you move in, but when you're doing the 5 A steps, I want you to travel a little bit, either forward, backwards, side to side, doesn't matter. Mix it up, but let's move a little bit on those A steps, all right? Use the space you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then drop squat for 2, 1, 2. Good. Diana's even moving through the drop squats. Feel free to join her. You see she was traveling backwards there. Rotating A steps are an option too. If you don't have much space, just start quarter turning when you do the A steps, or just move a little bit in a circle. Joe, good work. That looks good. Roy, good work. Marissa, good job. Curtis, good job. Yeah, Kim, Joanne, Kristen, amazing set, everybody. I love it. Nice job, Rich, Jess. Take a break. Coming up, sumo deadlift, sumo squat.
3 and
Let's
3.
do the same thing. What's that?
3 and 3.
Okay, I like it. 3 and 3. Let's do it. 3 deadlifts, 3 squats. Here we go. Give them something to think about, Diana.
Okay, when you're doing your deadlifts, make sure push your hips back. Now, watch my back. I'm sliding my shoulders down my back, keeping my chest slightly lifted. My neck is in line with my spine. I'm not lifting my head up when I'm deadlifting. A lot of people do that. Don't.
2 very critical points to your deadlift right there, guys. A couple things to think about. And we are moving on to alternating step-ups. If you're feeling crazy and you want to get a little wild, feel free to try a single leg broad jump or a single leg box jump. Diana will not be doing that because of her hip, or I'm going to yell at her over the computer.
I'm falling apart.
Oh, Roy nailed it.
Let's see.
He killed that one.
Nice, Roy. That was wicked, buddy.
Look at that. That's a piece of cake, man.
Sweet.
It's a
Kristen,
solid.
Kristen, that's hard too on that balance trainer too.
Yeah. How much time we got? Your face is in the way.
Oh, sorry, 5 seconds.
As lovely as it is, I just couldn't see the clock. No. All right, guys, we are into hip thrusters or glute bridges. Feel free to add a little bit of weight if you have it to this one now. Pushing straight up to the ceiling. We want that vertical hip position. And end of the last set, you guys have probably heard me say it before, but the goal of a glute bridge is not to extend the back as much as possible. We're not trying to arch the back and drive the hips toward the ceiling. We're trying to squeeze the butt and draw the hips down toward the heels a little bit. So even though the hips are high, we're posteriorly rotating the hips, the pelvis, pulling it down towards the heels.
Would you say that's a reverse kind of pelvic tilt?
It's a posterior pelvic tilt. Yeah. And for anybody who's wondering, an anterior pelvic tilt is what would happen if you were arching your back. So if you were trying to stand up as tall as you could, a posterior pelvic tilt is the opposite when you're hollowing the abdomen. All right, guys, 5 punches and some kicks. So remember, take out anything that's confusing you and let's snap those punches at that kind of face height. Just pop, 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 pop. You should get 5 punches in 2 seconds. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kick.
Nice, Kim.
Let's throw those punches straight out in front of you, right? Let's throw them straight out. Vary your punches. If you've only been throwing straight rights and jabs, throw some uppercuts. If you've been coming from underneath in that uppercut style, throw a straight right left combo. Roy, good work. That looks good, man. Quick hands. Don't break into Roy's house through that backyard door.
Next time.
It's the last sight you want to see at 1 in the morning.
Elbow smash.
Elbow smash. All right, guys, bicep curls. We're going to combine the two together now. We have 1 full rep, 1 pulse. So 1 rep all the way up, pulse, back down, all the way up. Yeah, Jess, good work. Rich, good work. Curtis, Joe. Marissa, Roy, good job, everybody. Kristen, why are you using those gray ones? They're sitting right there at your feet. Look at that. You got those little Q-tips. All 1 and 1. Look at that. Take a break. 2 jacks, 4 shuffles. So we did the jumping jack. We did the seal jack. How about a cross jack?
Oh. I hate these. I can't.
Oh, yeah, Diana. Here's a cross jack, everybody. So there you go. Now get the foot pattern down. Let's do this. Let's just do cross jacks only. Take the shuffles out. Let's practice this. So just cross jacks. Now, once you have the foot pattern going down so that when they have that over under, here's the hardest part. This is where everybody screws it up. When the feet cross over, the arms go out. Kristen's got it. Think that through. When the feet cross over, the arms go out. It's a tricky jack. I'm going to make your brain implode on the last lap. So that'll be fun. All right, guys, we have 1 more, and that is the fly to skull crusher combination, or I've said it twice already. Feel free to swap it for a press if you feel that that's more productive with your individual weight selection. 3, 2, 1 on the clock. Here we go. Last set, lap 3. That leaves us with only 10 sets of the 40 to go on the workout after this one. Okay, final 20 seconds. Flies only. Starting now. Here we go. Let's just rock that dumbbell fly. Roy, good presses. Joe, good flies. Marissa, good work. Marissa, good tempo there. Kim, nice job managing that weight. Joanne, good work. Chauncey, Fadwa, Callista, Matthew, hope you guys are having fun at home. Take a break, 30 seconds. We'll repeat it 1 more time. 3 down, 1 lap to go. We've practiced a bunch of different skills, whether you even knew it or not, through some of these laps. And through this fourth and final lap, I'm going to ask you to start putting some of these together, and I'm going to make you think through these sets a little bit more while you're tired. So the swings, shoulder height, head height, single arm, single arm. All right, so all four that we practiced. Start with two hands, Diana. So go shoulder height, two hands. Shoulder height, two, forehead, two, single arm left, single arm right. There you go. So two hands shoulders, two hands head, single arm right, single arm left. Good work, Joe. That looks good. Woo! That's tricky stuff, guys. Kim, watching you. Nicely done, Kim. Good switches there. Beautiful. Joanne, good work. Take a break, guys. That's it. We are on to station number 2. Only 9 remaining. This is the row to front raise combination. So let's do the one row with a pause, and then the front raise. All right, so follow Diana. So we're going to row a standard row, another one in and pause, release and front raise. Good. So standard row, second row with a pause, release and front raise. So that's your sequence. Let's see it. Let's see who's got it. Watch the back positions. This is the 4th lap. This is set 32 of 40. Fatigue is a factor by now, whether you like it or not. So let's keep the chest up. Let's make sure the back is set, erring on the side of caution if we have to. You got 5 seconds left. We get rid of this one for the day, and we are on to 5 A steps, 2 drop squats.
Okay.
Let's leave this one alone. Or what were you going to say? You give me one.
I'm going to do dynamic sprinter back, like dynamic and A steps to move.
Yeah, you can follow Diana. If you don't know this one, do what you were doing before, or you're going to spend 40 seconds looking ridiculous while you try and figure this out for the first time. Just do the A steps and the drop squats if you don't know what she's doing. If you've been on these calls before, match Diana. Looking good, everybody. 17 seconds left.
Woo!
Okay, here's what we're going to do on this Sumo deadlift, Sumo squat station. We are going to swap this out for a Sumo squat pulse for 40 seconds straight. Grab some weights, hang them between your legs, pulse through that nasty spot in the rep. Kind of what we were talking about with the bicep curl, where we're pulsing around the parallel point of the squat. The kettlebell is never touching the floor. You can see Diana, because she's using a bell in that kind of suitcase position in front of her, right? She's not able to get down to the very bottom of her range, but she's still staying active the whole time. Joe's doing the same thing. Roy, push your butt back more and lift your chest up more. Yeah, that's it right there. Curtis looking good. Kim looking good with 2 dumbbells. Kristen, good technique. Joanne, good back position. 5 seconds. And we have alternating step-ups or explosive step-ups. Or if you would like to try something, try a single leg squat and see how low you can go. If you don't have a step, try that single leg squat instead of the reverse lunge. All right, guys, we only have, what do we got, 6 left? Let's look alive here. Let's start these sets on time. Falling behind a little bit. Don't start feeling sorry for yourself. We're seeing some moping right now, D. There's some slow walking in between sets. Eyes to the floor, looking a little mopey.
This is not the time to get sloppy or slow down. This is go time right now.
Enough of that mopey shit. Let's go.
Oh, did I just miss that whole set?
Yeah, that felt intentional. That was a slow walk back to that box.
I know.
All right, hip thrusters, glute bridge is coming up. You know what to do with this one. You've done 3 times already. If you want to mix it up, mix it up. Let's add a pause at the top of the rep so we can work on that posterior pelvic tilt we've talked about. So because Diana's feet are so elevated, you can see like she's not extending the back the way a lot of people do, which is a good thing. Right? Like particularly if you have your feet elevated on a surface, I see this all the time in the gym, people driving their hips up as high as they can toward the ceiling. It's a good way of not training your butt and hurting your back. So we want to squeeze the butt and just bring the hips up as high as you can with a really hard glute effort. That's it. Doesn't have to be higher than that. Squeeze your butt as tight as you can. Wherever the hips go, hips go. Take a break. We got 4 left. That's it. Punches, kicks coming up. I still think we can get faster on those punches, guys. Tap, 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 tap. Quick hands, quick hands, quick hands. Like you're just touching your opponent. You're not trying to put your fist through them. Just pop, 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 pop. Kick, kick. Yeah, Jess, that's good. Quick hands, yeah. Roy's got fast hands going right now. Let's see it. Let's see who else has got it. Kim, good work. Curtis, good work. Joanne with dumbbells. Kristen firing. Nice. That was good. I like it, guys. I like it. Start mixing up the punches if you want. Throw a hook. Throw an uppercut. Throw a knee. Diana was throwing some knees in there. Patio season coming up. You never know what's going to happen, Diana. There you go. 3 to go, everybody. That's all we got. We've done 37 sets. You only have 3 more on the day. This one is a bicep curl. We combined everything last time. Let's do the same thing. So 1.5 repetitions. So up, halfway down, little pulse, and all the way down. Looking good, everybody. Looking good. All right, final 15 seconds. Take it to 90 degrees in the elbow and hold it. Don't let them move. Right there. Right there. Hold it. Pin the elbows to the ribs. Knuckles should be right in front of the elbows, not above them. Ooh, well done, everybody. I thought we were going to catch some people there. Everybody held on. That was good. Nice work. 2 jacks. 4 shuffles. We're going to swap this. We're going to combine all 3 jacks together and make your brain implode like I promised you. So 4 jumping jacks, 4 seal jacks, 4 cross jacks, making the switches as seamlessly as you can. I'll tell you right now, the switch from the seal jack to the cross jack, hardest part. If you can nail that, you're doing well. Kim, let's see it. You ready? Jumping jack for 4. Seal jack for 4. You have it, Kim. You just got the arms backwards on the cross jack. That's the hardest part, guys, because you're switching the rhythm on the cross jack. So remember, when the feet cross over, the arms go out. Good work. 1 more. This is it. Fly into skull crusher or chest press. The last 20 seconds, we finished with flies only. This time, we're going to finish with some tricep focused work only in the final 20. Or if you would like to, just hammer the triceps right now. We got 30 seconds left in your workout, everybody. That's all. And then Diana is going to stretch you out for a couple minutes. Then you're going to carry on with your day and have a good one. Tricep extensions only, skull crushers, kickbacks, French presses, whatever you're doing. Three, 2, 1. That's it. You are done.